everybody, it's your boy Cmoney back with another video. And what a mood I am in right now. Guys, we are on the road to WrestleMania. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Guys, we're on the road to WrestleMania. Oh my gosh, guys. We got to talk about some stuff. We got to talk about not only Monday Night Raw, last night, Madison Square Garden. We also got to talk about Friday Night Smackdown because I wasn't able to make Smackdown reactions this past weekend. So we're going to do Raw reactions and Smackdown reactions just like we did last week. Yeah. Oh, it's good. Oh, good stuff. We got to talk about some good stuff, guys. So let's get right into it. First off, we got to talk about the big news. I made a YouTube short about it. If you didn't go see it, check it out. I made a YouTube short. John Cena is hosting WrestleMania 42. Go check out my YouTube short if you haven't seen it already. Guys, John Cena's hosting WrestleMania 42. I am so excited. Now, people I think are overall happy about this, but the one I guess bad thing about Cena hosting WrestleMania, bro just retired 4 months ago. So yes, he retired from in-ring competition, but you think it'd be a little bit longer until we saw him again? Right. So it just, now, to be fair, this was definitely a last-minute thing. Ticket sales. Let's be honest. WWE definitely did this as a last-minute thing to boost ticket sales. Yeah, it is what it is. That's probably what that's I think definitely what they did. But hey, you know what? And I understand the point of all right, John Cena said, well, again, he never said we weren't going to see him again. He said he was never going to wrestle again. Never said nothing about, he can't host something. So he's not right, he's hosting WrestleMania. So, and I'm excited about that. I understand the point though of because bro just retired 4 months ago, and now he's already coming back. We would think it'd be a little bit longer until we saw him again, right? But at the end of the day, guys, I really don't care. If I'm being so honest, guys, who gives a crap? I'm gonna get to see John Cena host WrestleMania. Let's freaking go. As a fan, I'm excited. Bottom line. Again, go make sure you check out my YouTube short about that. But good stuff. Now let's get into first SmackDown. Let's talk about SmackDown last Friday. So SmackDown starts off with Randy Orton coming out, right, explaining what he did the SmackDown before, where he broke Matt Cardona's arm and all that, right? So he comes out. Matt Cardona comes out, interrupts him. Matt Cardona, wham, whacks him in the head with the microphone. That sets up a match later that night in the main event. We will get to that. And it was funny because Randy got all in Nick Aldis's face. He's like, "Give me the match, give me the," and then so he was pissed, bro. And so then Nick Aldis gave him the match. So we'll talk more about that. Then Nick Aldis says to Trick Williams that Trick Williams will be at WrestleMania. Doing what match? I don't know. He's just going to have a match at WrestleMania, right? Then Sami Zayn walks in and is like, well, what about, do I have a match? And Nick's like, I don't have a plan for you right now. So Sami, is annoyed. He's walking away. Trick's talking crap. Sami comes back and knocks down Trick Williams. Then, later that night, Sami Zayn accepts Carmelo Hayes' United States title open challenge and wins the United States Championship. With help from Trick Williams, because Trick Williams came out. When the ref wasn't looking, he hit Carmelo Hayes with a cheap shot, inadvertent, accidental, I don't know, on purpose, I don't know, hit Carmelo Hayes. Sami Zayn then capitalized and picked up the victory, winning back the United States Championship. Then Nick Aldis says it'll be Sami Zayn, Trick Williams at WrestleMania for the United States Championship. Now, that I'm excited for because I think that'll be a good match, and hopefully Trick will win the championship. He should. I'm kind of upset the fact that they had Sami Zayn be the one to beat Carmelo Hayes. I don't know why they could have done Carmelo and Trick for the championship. I guess they just needed Sami Zayn to be involved somehow, which I'm not mad about because I do like Sami. It just, I don't know, like Sami Zayn beating Melo for the belt, I don't know. But again, if this leads to Trick Williams winning the belt from Sammy, then I think it'll all be good. Because who knows? They can even add Melo and make it a triple threat. Or they could save the triple threat for, I don't know, Backlash or something. So I'm okay with this as long as Trick Williams ends up winning the championship away from Sammy. If Sammy beats Trick Williams at WrestleMania, then I'm really going to be pissed off. So hopefully Trick will win the title from Sammy at WrestleMania. Then we had the whole women's tag title debacle. Bella Twins, Nia Jackson, Lash Legends ends with I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The women's tag has got me so like kerfuffled, man. No, it was Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus the Bella Twins. There was a distraction by Nia and Lash. The Bella Twins capitalized on that. And then Charlotte and Alexa were all annoyed. Like, what are you, like, you capitalized off them, like you cheated, all that, and then Nia and Lash start beating them up. Then Bayley and Lyra, who's going to face them on Raw. Well, they did face them on Raw. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Charlotte and Alexa and Nick Bella Twins and Bayley and Lyra, they all beat up Nia and Lash. Then Charlotte pushes Brie. I think it was a Brie. It pushes Brie Bella in the end because again she capitalized off their cheating and everything. I don't know, just whole debacle. Rhea Ripley calls out Jade Cargill and B-Fab and Michin, and they come out and they talk about why they joined Jade and everything, and why they formed their little trio, and then B-Fab and B-Fab and Rhea Ripley have a match. It ends in disqualification, I believe, because Jade Cargill gets involved, causing a DQ. Then they just lay out Rhea Ripley, lay out Rhea in the end, and yeah, that was pretty much it. I like the way that I'm happy they formed this trio with them because it's definitely it's good build up. I guess I like it. I don't think it's as good build up as Stephanie and Liv. Definitely not. But I do still think Rhea and Jade's going to be a good match. And it's not terrible build up, but, it's all right. It's all right. Rhea's just getting her butt kicked by the three of them. So we'll see what happens with that in the future. Danhausen cursed Kit Wilson because, like, The Miz has been just struggling so hard because of Danhausen's curse. Danhausen then curses Kit Wilson before his matchup with Jelly Roll. And yeah, he cursed Kit Wilson because Kit Wilson lost to Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll got his first WWE win. He pinned Kit Wilson in the middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3 on Friday Night Smackdown. What a win for Jelly Roll, defeating Kit Wilson. And what's funny too is that I forgot what I was going to say. Is that Jelly Roll had a whole backstage segment with Rhea Ripley, R-Truth, and Damian Priest, the new tag champs, and R-Truth was talking about the Judgment Day, and he called Jelly Roll Dominic. It was funny. It was funny stuff. But yeah, big win for Jelly Roll, and then we got to get into the Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu. So Drew and Jacob Fatu are going to go at it at after the epic brawl they had last week. They're going to go at it at WrestleMania. It's going to be Drew McIntyre, Jacob Fatu, unsanctioned street fight, which I'm excited about. It definitely needed a stipulation, so I'm happy that they're doing a stipulation. I think a lot of us were kind of hoping it'd be more like Hell in a Cell because we kind of wanted to see a Hell in a Cell match between the two or something like that. But still, I think an unsanctioned street fight's still going to be great. I mean, guys, let's be honest. Remember the last unsanctioned street fight we saw? Oh, yeah, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They killed each other. So I'm definitely excited to see what Drew and Fatu do here. They're going to kill each other at WrestleMania. Julia defeated Tiffany Stratton in a one-on-one match. maybe that'll lead to them having a title match and Tiffany winning the title from Julia. Maybe we'll see. Um, and then yes, Randy Orton and Matt Cardona go at it. Randy Orton defeats Matt Cardona in the end. And then he wins 1, 2, 3. Again, still the backstage segment. He's on the phone with someone. Who's he talking to? Who is in Randy's head besides the voices, right? Because Randy's always on the phone with someone. Is it Ted DiBiase? Ted DiBiase Jr.? Is it The Rock? What's going on? I don't know. But yeah, so Randy defeats Matt Cardona. Then Cody Rhodes pulls up in his bus. Cody gets out and starts walking to the ring. Cody Rhodes and then Cody Rhodes starts walking to the ring, and then oh gosh, very underwhelming. So Cody's music hits. He's walking to the ring. The security guards and Nick Aldis are like, "Stop, stop! No, save it for Mania." And Cody's like, "I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him." He gets in the ring. They start going at it. Very underwhelming, though. It was cool to see them finally throw hands against each other, but it was just very slow. Like it was just them going, and then the security was pulling them off. I'm gonna come back. They've done those brawls a lot in WWE, but this one just felt very slow. It felt lame, kind of, right? Like we've seen Brock and Cena had these kind of brawl. Brock and Undertaker, just these the brawls and the security has to pull them apart and stuff and all that. Right? They're always intense. This one just didn't feel that intense. It felt kind of slow. The one good thing that happened though was Jelly Roll came out and he's like, "Yo, Randy, stop! Yo, Cody, stop! Randy Orton RKO's Jelly Roll. What?" So yeah, crazy stuff. How is Jelly Roll going to get involved in this? Because he just got RKO'd by Randy Orton. So what's Jelly Roll going to do now? Is he going to be special guest referee? What? What's going on here, guys? I don't know. But again, underwhelming brawl. I just wish it was kind of just, I don't know, felt more cool. It just, yeah. And it just went on for way too long, too. It went on way too long. But again, the cool part, though, was seeing Randy Orton RKO Jelly Roll. That was cool. And the big takeaway. So, yeah, that was SmackDown. Good stuff. And now let's get into Raw. Monday Night Raw, MSG, Monday Night Raw, Madison Square Garden. Raw starts off with the guy we just talked about, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes comes out and he's just because he's WWE champion, so he has to come to Madison Square Garden. Stephanie McMahon comes out. What? Stephanie McMahon comes out, and I'm like, wait. Is Stephanie about to talk about Randy with Cody? Because again, this is Legend Killer '09 Randy Orton. We remember the stuff that Randy Orton has done to Stephanie and the McMahon family and Triple H. '09 Randy Orton. So I'm like, wait, they could definitely do something with Stephanie here. And they did. Stephanie comes out and basically is warning Cody, Cody, this version of Cody cannot beat this version of Randy. You don't know this version of Randy Orton. This version of Randy Orton is diabolical. He doesn't listen to the voices. He beckons to the voices. He can control the voices and stuff. And he and there's someone else in his ear too. The person he's on the phone with always. So Stephanie's basically warning Cody, you can't, this version of Cody can't beat this version of Randy. And then she said, your father understood that because your father had to get down. He had to get dirty. He knew when he was in a fight. Cody, you are not your father. Dang, Stephanie, dang. And then Cody answers back, saying how, this isn't a student-teacher type thing, how Randy's the teacher and Cody's the student, and Cody's the student. Cody's like, I'm not the student anymore. And then he's like, I know Randy Orton. I know this man. And then he says to Stephanie, like, he's like, yes, you should know. Randy's done plenty of things to you. Like, he's like, yes, you know how dangerous Randy Orton is. But then he says to Steph, yeah, I'm not my father. You're not yours either. Mentioning Vince McMahon. And then Stephanie, of course, wham, smacks Cody right in the face. And then, starts saying all this, like, you can't beat this version of Randy. And then Cody and Stephanie like kind of hits him with the microphone. And then Cody turns her around, swings her around and says, Steph, I got 2 words for you. Love of MSG go, suck it. But no, that's not what Cody said. Cody goes, thank you. And then just walks off. So maybe that's what Cody needed to hear. I don't know. But very cool segment, though. Like, seeing Stephanie get involved in this was definitely cool. Because, again, considering the fact that, like, pretty much 09 Randy Orton is back, Stephanie knows that version of Randy very well. So that was very cool what they did. Then let's talk about new tag team champions. The Vision are the new tag team champions. Guys, oh gosh, what? Because of I Show Speed. Technically, yeah. I Show Speed, guys. Remember last week, I Show Speed was on Raw. He got cursed by Danhausen, and then he was trying to find Danhausen this week. He's like, Danhausen, please uncurse me. And Danhausen's like, well, yeah, you have to give me $1 million. You got to give me all your social media followers and all that, because again, it's Danhausen. And Danhausen is getting cheered, guys. And that's what I love to see. Because I heard a comment about this too. The cheers are getting louder every week. Every week we see Danhausen getting a little louder. The cheers, the pop, it's getting a little louder every week. And, I love that because as mad as so many people were about his debut and stuff and the whole box thing, I'm happy to see how it's turned out. Like, I'm happy that he's getting cheered and getting cheered more and more every week. Because I love Danhausen. Again, the whole box thing, yeah, was dumb and they could have done it in a different way. But at the end of the day, I'm happy Danhausen is here, and I'm so happy he's getting cheered more and more every week. I love it. But yeah, so that was just funny. And then we have I Show Speeds at ringside for the tag match, right? It's a New York City street fight. Usos have a new theme song. It's pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't say it's as good as like the Jimmy and Jay's individual songs that they had. I kind of like those better. This one was kind of almost a remix in a way because you know how Jay Uso, it's just me, Us. Here it was, it's just us, Us. It's just us, Us. Yeah. So, which honestly, again, it's not a bad theme. I don't think it's as good as the themes that Jimmy and Jay had on their own, but I still like how they finally made a new song because for a while there, they were just coming out to Jay's theme, which made no sense because that was specifically Jay Uso's theme. It's just me, Us. So it makes sense why they're like, all right, we got to give them a new song. So I'm happy they finally did that. And it's not a bad song. I don't think I think I can rock with it. And then so yeah, New York City street fight, good match. Logan Paul's mom's at ringside. So Logan Paul, he goes to his mom and he's like, Logan Paul's mom gives him brass knuckles. And Speed's like, what are you doing? And then LA Knight shows up. LA Knight, because LA Knight was he was on commentary. And then he's dragging Logan Paul away. Speed gets dragged in from like over the barricade. And then, the brass knuckles get off of Logan Paul's hand. LA Knight is beating up Logan Paul. I Show Speed puts on the brass knuckles. LA Knight comes from behind. Speed swings and hits LA Knight with the knucks. And Speed's like, no, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. And then he's trying to like walk away on the entranceway. He's like, I didn't mean that. And then, and then they get back involved. Usos try to capitalize, but then, Jimmy Uso goes for a suicide dive and Logan Paul hits Jimmy Uso with the brass knuckles, or I forget exactly what it was, but Logan Paul ends up hitting Jimmy Uso with the brass knuckles. Jey Uso takes out Logan Paul. Austin Theory puts his arm on top of Jimmy Uso. 1, 2, 3. Vision new tag team champions. Sort of thanks to I Show Speed. I like what? And then it's funny because the Vision are celebrating and like they're holding up I Show Speed's hands because he's in between them. I Show Speed's like, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. He's like happy for them, but at the same time he's like, I didn't want to get involved. And they even had a backstage segment too. And they're like, look, you just made enemies. Whether you like it or not, you're involved in this. You're involved in this. And Speed's like, no, 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 I'm going to get killed. And then Paul Heyman was backstage and he's like, you're going to be okay. They're going to protect you. Go out to dinner. Go out to dinner. Go celebrate. Watch his back. And then once they walk away, Paul Heyman goes, the Usos are going to kill him. So are we seriously about to have a 6-man tag? The Vision and I Show Speed versus LA Knight and the Usos. You know what, y'all? I'm down with it. I'm down with it, bro. Like, I'm down with it. I Show Speed getting involved. Why not? Like, it's WrestleMania season. Why not? But I'm liking how they're finally doing stuff like this because, again, like, a lot of people have been saying in the weeks building up that it hasn't really felt like the road to WrestleMania. It hasn't really, there's no host, there's no celebrities. Well, now we have John Cena as the host. We know that Jelly Roll is getting involved. I Show Speed is getting involved. So it's starting to feel more like WrestleMania because we're getting the celebrities. We have a host now, John Cena. And just in like the past 2 weeks, even like 2-3 weeks, it's been getting better. It's been getting better. So, which I am very happy to see because yes, I definitely think the road to WrestleMania definitely started off slow, but it has really picked up. Ever since Elimination Chamber, I think it started to really pick up. And yeah, since Elimination Chamber, I really think it's starting to pick up. So and that makes me so happy because like this is it's the most exciting time of the year for a wrestling fan. You're on the road to WrestleMania. You're excited for it. Guys, I'm watching this and I'm so happy and excited. Like I love this crap, bro. I love WWE and this is so exciting. And yes, the buildup was definitely starting off slow, but I definitely think the buildup has kicked up in the coming weeks. In the past few weeks, it's definitely has kicked up. And we still got like 2 more Raws left, 3 more Smackdowns left. And the road to WrestleMania, it's starting to feel like the road to WrestleMania. At first, it might have not, but it's starting now to feel like the road to WrestleMania. I'm starting to feel it more and more each week. So I'm very excited. Again, because we got the celebrities now, we got the hosts and everything. It feels more like the road to WrestleMania. It really does. So yeah, that was great. Liv Morgan and Stephanie, bro. Let's talk about them. Liv Morgan comes out and is like, Stephanie Vaquer, you're done for, bitch. And then just talks. And then she says like how my mom taught me not to let people walk all over me. And then she said something. I took a lot of years of Spanish, so I should know this, but she said something offensive about Stephanie's mom in Spanish. And then Stephanie came out all pissed off. Stephanie comes out. They start going at it. Stephanie gets the upper hand. She goes for a chair. Roxanne Perez, who's been out with injury for a little while, Roxanne Perez returns and attacks Stephanie Vaquer. They lay out Stephanie, a oblivion onto a steel chair, laying out Stephanie Vaquer. Liv Morgan standing tall in the end with the return of Roxanne Perez. That's very cool. I'm happy to see Roxanne Perez back. Some more good build-up, again, definitely better than Rhea and Jade in my opinion. And, yeah, like Stephanie and Liv, I think is going to be a very good match. I'm excited for this match. Like these two genuinely look like they hate each other, and it's going to be a really good fight. Again, I really think Stephanie should win. Like I'm serious, guys. I'm going to be a little pissed off if Liv Morgan wins. To be honest, Stephanie's got to win. Like Judgment Day is going to turn on Liv. I don't care what happens. Stephanie has to win this match. But again, we'll talk more about that in the future. Now let's get back to the women's tag division. Nia and Lash went up against Bayley and Lyra. Ends in another disqualification because Charlotte and Alexa get involved. Bella's get involved. They're all going at it. Rick just destroying each other. They're all arguing, whatever. In the end, finally, it's announced we're going to get a fatal four-way women's tag match. Nia, Lash, Irresistible Forces. Bayley and Lyra, Bella Twins, Charlotte and Alexa, which is very good. This is honestly, I think, the best thing they could have done with the women's tag division, do the fatal four-way. So that's going to be good. That's booked for WrestleMania. Danhausen made a special announcement. He announced that Saturday night's main event, July 18th, I believe, will be held at MSG. That's going to be cool because MSG, Saturday night's main event, that'll be exciting. Now, can we talk about probably the match that most people are excited for? Like, I'm excited for the most. I'm honestly probably on the same page. I'm very excited for Roman and Punk. Very excited for for Randy Orton and Cody, Stephanie and Liv. I am very excited for a lot of these matches. I am. But without a doubt, Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi is the match I am most excited for. Let's talk about what happened. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman come out. Brock is dressed to fight. He's in his ring gear. He's in his shorts, his gloves, his boots. He's in his ring gear. Brock Lesnar comes out. It's funny. Paul Heyman talks about, 2 weeks ago, Brock was distracted by Seth. Last week, Brock wasn't dressed to fight. He just wanted to talk to. And I'm like, but Brock's the one that swung first last week. Brock went for the F5, and then Oba fought back and clotheslined him out of the ring. Brock's the one who struck first, but whatever. But he's like, this week, Brock is dressed for a fight. And then, I love Paul Heyman. Whenever Paul Heyman says his name, he goes, Oba Femia. That's pretty much how Paul Heyman announces Oba Femi. Oba Femi. And then, he's talking. Brock Lesnar grabs the mic. Enough! Oba Femi, get your out here. Adam Pearce comes out with a bunch of with like 4 or 5 scrawny security. Well, not scrawny, but small security guards. Average-sized security guards. And Adam Pearce is like, we're not doing this tonight. You're saving it for WrestleMania. Yada, yada. You have 5 security guards. What do you think they're going to do, bro? We're talking about Brock and Oba. But WWE just... That's the one thing about WWE. They never learn when it comes to security guards. They're never big enough to take these guys. They are... No. We're talking about Brock and Oba. You're going to need more than 5 security guards, bro. Then Brock's like, come on, make me get out of this ring. The lights go out. Whoo! Oba Femi with like a slightly modified theme, which is what I like. It was cool because he had like the lights went out and then it was like a whoo, and then the beat started. So it was like that little whoo, and then the beat started. Pretty cool. And then just, it's so, Oba, hoo, Oba, hoo. It's so loud, bro. Oba Femi comes out doing his strut. He takes out all of the security guards. He throws the security guard right on the ground. Oh, God. Then Adam Pearce tries to get involved. Oba Femi, shoves Adam Pearce into the barricade, bro. And then he's walking around the ring. Similar to how Brock Lesnar does. Usually Brock Lesnar's the one. He'll walk around the ring. He'll make his opponent wait, walk around the ring, right? But this time, Oba was the one walking around the ring. And then Oba, bro, the crowd's going crazy. Oba gets in the ring, face-to-face with Brock. Triple H. Paul Levesque, Triple H comes out and is like, no, we're not doing this. You understand? Save it for WrestleMania. We're not doing this. Just, bro, Triple H. Paul Levesque, Triple H, comes out of nowhere and is like, we're not doing this. Save it for WrestleMania. Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar get out of the ring. Brock Lesnar like picks up the steel steps and is like threatening. Then he throws the steel steps down, walks in, gives one of the security guards a big F5 on the ground, and then him and Paul Heyman walk away. Triple H is holding Obafemi back. And we were that close. We were that close. But of course, they're going to save it for WrestleMania. But seeing Triple H get involved with these two, though, was very cool. Like, honestly, seeing Triple H have to get in there and be like, all right, cut the crap. No, we're not effing doing this. We're saving this for WrestleMania. That was cool, bro. Like, Oba and Brock, Triple H getting involved, that was so cool. Like, this match definitely, hey, someone even said, like, hey, at this point, just let this match main event night one. Because Oba and Brock, I think people are the most excited for, genuinely. Like, this buildup I cannot wait for this match. This match is going to be freaking awesome. And Oba better win, I swear. But yeah, I love these two guys though, and Triple H getting involved, I thought was very cool. So this match is going to cook at WrestleMania. And then the match has finally been made official. Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. Finn Balor made a little promo vignette, and he was saying, how like he's the one who he's responsible for creating this Dominic Mysterio. He's responsible for destroying it. And he challenges Dom to a match at WrestleMania. It's been made official. Finn Balor Dom at WrestleMania. What else has been made official is a Intercontinental Championship ladder match. What? Yes! Penta defended his championship against Kofi Kingston. Penta wins in the end. Then announces, like, all right, Jackie Redmond, Penta, what are you going to do at WrestleMania? Penta says a ladder match. That is so hype because ladder matches at WrestleMania, let's be honest, they usually cook. Like the Money in the Bank ladder match, right? That started at WrestleMania. We saw plenty of ladder matches at WrestleMania with the Money in the Bank. And then we even had 2015 and 2016, we had an IC title ladder match back-to-back years. An IC title ladder match at WrestleMania 31 and 32. And they were great. So I'm very happy they're going back to this and they're doing another IC title ladder match because it's genuinely, it's usually fire. So I'm happy they're doing this. And then they announced the participants later. It's Penta, obviously, Dragon Lee, Rusev, Javon Evans, and JD McDonough. So it's a 5-man ladder match so far. Corey Graves said so far that like that's what it is so far. Maybe other people will get added. I don't know. The one thing I will say though, it's kind of weird how they just like announced them. Like I kind of wish like they all kind of came out and like all confronted each other, I guess, about it, and then like right. I don't know. I just like they were just really announced when they showed the match card and like the package of it. Within the graphics and everything, and it just had all of them there. Yeah, which is fine. I just wish they kind of would have announced it maybe and like kind of had like, oh, Javon Evans come out, Rusev come out, like they all kind of come out together and that sets it up. I kind of wish they would have done something like that. So, but it is what it is. Hopefully we'll see more stuff like that in the coming weeks. But yeah, but that ladder match is going to be good. And I would say Penta would retain. The only person I could see winning that besides him is Javon Evans, right? So we'll see what happens there. That's going to be good. And now let's talk about the man that we thought would not have a match at WrestleMania, Gunther. So Paul Heyman comes out after the whole Brock thing and Oba thing is done. And all night, Adam Pearce has been like, have you checked your email? Have you checked your email? Finally, he's like, Paul, have you checked your email? Because the Boston police have dropped all the charges against Seth Rollins. Not only that, Seth Rollins is medically cleared. And Paul Heyman's like, uh-oh, burn it down. Seth Rollins' music hits. Seth Rollins appears behind Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's like, because he's staring at the entrance, right? Seth Rollins shows up behind him, and Seth's like, hits Paul Heyman with the chair, and he's going for the curb stomp. All of a sudden, Gunther pulls Seth Rollins out of the ring, locks him in the sleeper hold, and chokes him out. He chokes him out, makes Seth Rollins pass out. And then he points at the WrestleMania sign. Gunther and Seth Rollins, and then Adam Pearce confirms it later that we will be getting Seth Rollins and Gunther at WrestleMania. Honestly, guys, I rock with this. I do. People were a little upset because there was like apparently people like reportedly saw Braun Breaker at MSG, and we thought that Braun Breaker would get involved. Like Braun Breaker would return, and we get Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, but I guess not. I guess Braun's just not. He's not clear. Again, Braun Breaker was injured not too long ago, so if Braun Breaker's just not medically cleared yet, I get it. I get it. You know, it's injury. It's injuries, man. So I wish. And again, with Gunther, I mentioned this when I talked about in my short about John Cena hosting WrestleMania. Gunther was supposed to face Rey Mysterio. I mean, let's be honest. Gunther was supposed to do a thing with Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania, and like he would retire Rey Mysterio and stuff, the career killer, all that. And because Gunther just got out of a feud with Dragon Lee. Remember Gunther's little thing with Dragon Lee? So it would have made sense by that transitioning to him and Rey, because Dragon Lee and Rey are friends and everything. So it would have made sense by them doing Gunther and Rey. So I think it's pretty much like that's what everyone's saying, and I think it makes sense. Gunther was supposed to do a thing with Rey at WrestleMania, but Rey got injured, so they can't do it. Same thing. Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker's injured. Again, we were hoping he'd get cleared, but he just hasn't got cleared yet, I guess. So we're doing Seth and Gunther, you know? And honestly, I rock with it because I think it's the best decision they could have done because Rey and Braun are both injured. What are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do? Right. And at the same time, it's like, all right, it's like, at the end of the day, these are still two of the biggest stars like in the company right now, Seth and Gunther. And we've been kind of teasing this match for like 2 years now. Like we've been wanting to see these two go at it for a while now. So I'm not mad that we're getting to see this match between Seth and Gunther. I'm not. Like I think this match in Seth and Gunther is going to be great. Will Braun Breaker return at WrestleMania and interfere in this match? Possibly. Like, is Seth going to put his career on the line against Gunther? Like, you know, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do this because we got 2 more weeks of build-up before WrestleMania. I don't know what they're going to do with this. I don't know if Paul Heyman is going to be by Gunther's side during this. I don't know. We have to wait and see. So, again, yes, do I wish we could have gotten Seth and Breaker instead or Gunther and Rey? Yes. But it's just injuries. Like, you know, it's out of our control. Like, we were hoping Braun Breaker would be medically cleared in time, but I guess not. I guess he's just not. And they went with Gunther and Seth instead. You know, is what it is. And another thing is that I'm happy because both of these guys had to end up on the card somehow. Like Gunther just retired John Cena, just retired AJ Styles. You can't not have him on WrestleMania. So I'm happy they're making him go against Seth at WrestleMania. Same thing with Seth. They can't not have Seth at WrestleMania. After like the build-up he's been doing and everything, they can't not have Seth at WrestleMania either. So it may not totally make sense for these two to go at it storyline-wise, but they have to get them both on the card. And I'd rather see them face each other than have them either do a stupid match or not be on the card at all. So, you know, and because at the end of the day, I still think it's going to be a good match. And we still got 2 weeks of build-up to see how they're going to do it. So, right. So let's not hate on the match just yet, okay? But because I think overall, I think it'll be good. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited for it. Ultimately, I rock with it. I'm excited for it. Raquel Rodriguez defeated Io Sky in a one-on-one match. The Kabuki Warriors got involved. Like, Asuka was like chasing Kairi down because remember Io was like comforting Kairi last week after Asuka yelled at her, and then Asuka was he was screaming at Kairi, and then Io's like, I gotta win. So Io's like, screw it. Io dives, suicide dive, lands on her head, very bad. She looked okay, so hopefully she's actually okay. Io Sky took out Asuka. She comforted Kairi, like, Kairi, are you okay? Then Raquel recapitalizes, drops Io Sky with the Tahana bomb. Raquel Rodriguez wins in the end. What are they going to do with this Io, Kyrie, Asuka? Are they going to have a triple threat at WrestleMania maybe? Or it's just going to be Io and Asuka, and maybe Kyrie will turn on Asuka? We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, definitely, they're definitely doing something with these three. Hopefully at WrestleMania. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's see. Anything else before we talk about, of course, Roman and Punk? I think we're good. Let's talk about Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Guys, last week, Roman Reigns powerbombs Punk through the announce table. This week, it's the opposite. Roman Reigns comes out, acknowledge me. CM Punk comes out, wasting no time. He's taping up his gloves. He's ready. CM Punk gets in the ring. CM Punk and Roman start going at it. They're fighting outside. The officials are trying to separate them. Roman Reigns hits a big spear, taking out one of the WWE officials. CM Punk then capitalizes, hits the GTS, then hits a power bomb through the announce table, just like how Roman Reigns did to him last week. Punk turned the tables, power bomb to Roman Reigns. And then CM Punk is the one standing tall in the end over a fallen Roman Reigns. Very, very cool. Again, the roles reversed. CM Punk and Roman Reigns, guys, it's genuinely been one heck of a ride with these two, and I am very excited for these two to go at it at WrestleMania. I cannot wait. And that was it. You know, Raw, guys, Raw was very good. One thing I just thought about though is that we didn't really see like anything like Becky and AJ. We didn't really see anything with Becky and AJ, which was interesting. But hopefully we'll see them more next week. But yeah, Monday Night Raw, Madison Square Garden, awesome match, guys. Awesome match, awesome show. SmackDown was great too. Very long video again. I'm sorry. Thank you. Hopefully you guys watched the whole thing. But yeah, I'm trying to not make these videos so long. It's just when I miss stuff and I have to combine Raw and SmackDown reactions, I have so much to talk about. It just takes a lot of time. So I thank you guys for watching these videos. I genuinely do. I'll try not to make them this long all the time. It's just sometimes I just have a lot to talk about and I have a lot to get off my chest. And I love getting it off I love talking to you guys about it because I love WWE and I love you guys. So I thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm not going to try to make these videos this long all the time. It's just when I miss stuff and I have to combine Raw and SmackDown reactions, it causes a longer video. So I'm going to try not to do that more often only because it causes a longer video, but it is what it is. We'll see. Again, my schedule's this and it's that. So if I have to do it this way, I do it this way, but I'll try to do separate videos so it's not as confusing and it's also not as long. So yeah, for the future, I'll try to do better at making Raw reactions, SmackDown reactions. But again, sometimes it's just busy. I have to combine them. Is what it is. But so I'll do better on trying to work it out though to where they're both separate videos. So, but seriously though, I thank you for your patience. I thank you guys so much for your support. I love all you guys. We're on the road to WrestleMania. Let's get hype. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe for more, and Cmoney is out.